Is Game of Thrones getting a movie? Is 2025 going to be Marvel's best year yet? Sounds like it's time to restart the scary movie franchise. Join us today on Fundamentals as we discuss these topics and so much more. Hey.
Heyo.
So, yeah, we're going to be putting this episode out a day late. Uh,
Nah, it
we
happens.
we were out
Life,
partying with celebrities this weekend, okay?
you guys were. I
Yeah.
was sitting at home and I took naps. I was playing Harry Potter. I was playing the video game, the Harry Potter
Mhm.
Legacy video game, because I recently got it because it's on sale right now. I just took the fattest nap today, and I was not even mad that we decided to push this to the right so we could all sleep a little bit more.
Yeah, you were the responsible one this weekend.
This weekend I will be, because next weekend, that ain't happening.
Oh man, but I'm not gonna lie. I got no regrets. No regrets. Not even one letter. So
No regrets.
yeah. Oh man. So man, I guess let's jump into some Marvel right away.
Yeah.
Such a bittersweet week. It's
Ah,
our season finale of Agatha. And oh my god.
sad
I
face.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was 2 episodes. It was unpredictable, especially in the order that they happened, the way things happened.
Mhm.
A lot of people online, they're not hating on it, but they're like, "Hey, I kinda wish they would've swapped the episodes." Honestly, though, I like it. I liked it.
I can
I
understand why they would want to swap the episodes,
I
because
do.
like the number 8 felt more of like a closer
Right.
than number 9 did, and then 9 just left you hanging wanting more. It was shorter than 8 as well.
Mhm.
Um so we all were like, I want more. But it's not a bad thing that we want more, because we do have that next, like,
Right.
trequel. Nope,
Trilogy?
trilogy.
Hey, that's about as bad as me making up the word Theriasin. So, treacle.
Trequel.
Uh, yeah, so, like, I guessed it on, Bleeding Rainbow Comics, Coven Chat, that they did
Mm,
just for this Agatha series, and Tom from, Nerd Initiative said that he would have liked them swapped because and his reason was good, I get it, was he actually said that it would have gave a little bit more weight to how, if 8 would have been the ending and 9 was before it, it would give it a little bit more emotional investment with her character, and it would have
mm,
gave a little bit more weight on her death. So I get that,
okay.
but at the same time, the way it came out, it was it was unexpected, and I think honestly, just that alone is why I liked it because Marvel's got such a predictable with their Disney Plus series. It's got such a predictable path. I'm not saying the path's bad, but they're usually predictable. You get about
Yeah.
the halfway or almost a little past halfway, and you always get like a flashback episode. And we get the flashback episode at the very last episode of this, which is wild. We're not even going to really go through the plot of these last 2 episodes. Uh, we're just gonna kinda jump in, talk about our favorite parts, and just kinda wing it like that because there's so much. There's so
Yeah.
much, but, man, it was fun. Uh, I'll let you guys, like, what was your probably out of these 2 episodes, what was your favorite moment?
I think I love Rio, right?
Mm,
Like, so I've always been a huge fan of Aubrey Plaza. So getting to see her um just really step into that character even more,
mm.
and as Death, and then actually take away the Nicholas Scratch, who was made from scratch, like getting to see that, and then like the final thing was like when we finally found out that the ballad was just a ballad. Like there was never a
Yeah.
road. And to like piece all of the things together, because I love puzzles.
Mhm.
Um, so this literally felt like a puzzle to me, that I just pieced all the pieces together, as everybody was, right?
Right.
Watching these two episodes and seeing, oh my God, so the little things that Agatha was saying, and now I want to rewatch the series now knowing the end, because you can see like when she was just like, "Oh, just like throw all your power at me," because that's what she's been doing for
Yeah.
these how many ever decades, right? And then all of a sudden they were like, "What's that?" And she looks down and she saw the road, like right
Yeah.
the doors, and she's just like,
This is new.
"That's not supposed to happen." Um, and then you hear Billy like run and come down and like run right into the road,
Mm,
and then she says, "Oh, it suits you." When they finally get onto the road
mm,
and he's like, "Oh, it's everything I imagined," because he had seen all of those things in his bedroom and he was putting it together.
yes.
Ah, it's so good. I really do want to just like rewatch this whole series now knowing the ending because I think it would be
Probably between the
phenomenal.
next 30 days, I probably will go through and rewatch it, like,
Hmm.
consecutively all the way through.
That might be
D
my Thanksgiving treat to myself.
I like that idea. That may be a good
Yes.
time for me to too, honestly. Uh, one of the most creative kinda, like, putting the puzzle pieces together of it, that I really love was the part where because we all not theorized, but, no, so we all, came up with speculations and stuff to where
Theories,
how
if you will.
yeah, theories, uh, speculations and theories,
Okay. Oh, all right, Siri. Thank you.
of how does she know the tale of that was Wanda's son? And
Mm,
and there's a whole bunch of great theories out there that people came up with, and then I even speculated, and I was like, when was it? Is this moment? Oh, I think it was this moment."
yeah.
And to find out the road never existed, so it was actually when the road formed, that was the telltale sign. I was like, "Oh, shit, that's pretty good." Oh,
Yeah. I think that like she had suspicions, but it wasn't fully
mhm,
like because like when they got on the road, like she literally kept on putting him behind her, and now we know why is because she was trying to protect him because he reminded her like Billy reminded Agatha a lot of Nicholas.
mhm,
So understanding that part and why she wanted to protect him, but also she was trying to put those puzzle pieces together to understand
right.
why everything happened. And Billy got all upset because he realized that he killed everybody and this was never supposed to be a thing. So Agatha was like, "Well, I mean, I was going to kill everybody. You actually saved somebody. You
Yeah,
saved Jen." And you got to see her like fly off after she crawled out of the ground and was like,
that was pretty sick, I
um,
ain't gonna lie.
yeah, no, it was amazing because you got to see the Westview sign behind her, and she just like crawled out and was just like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out," and just
Yeah.
like flew away.
Yep, which I think we're gonna see her again. Like,
I hope
I
so.
don't think we'll get, like, a big storytelling of her again, but I think we will get a cameo or some scenes
Yeah.
with her. With
Hmm.
her being magic, like, our latest thing to come next with magic involved is Ironheart. That's magic versus tech. So I don't know if we might get her in that, or if we do get this Midnight Suns project that's supposedly being fast tracked, if we get her in that because she's actually has tie-ins with Johnny Blaze and one other Ghost Rider. I can't remember what it is. And so
Oh,
that would almost be a perfect one too for her to come into somewhere in the Midnight Suns.
yeah. That would
Uh
be interesting. I wonder if we would actually also see her in What If.
oh, okay, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
Theories, thoughts. I don't know.
yeah. So one thing that I had speculated also was that Agatha could be somehow she would have to sacrifice and be powerless, and that she would be a mentor towards Billy by the end of
Mm,
this, but she wouldn't be powerless. Somehow she'd be stripped of her powers. But what I
well,
never expected was it to be her in ghost form, and they pull so heavy from the source material of the 2015 Agatha, or I'm sorry, not the Agatha run, Scarlet Witch run, and because
yeah.
that's the run I started reading just now where they pulled most source material for Agatha All Along,
Okay.
and Scarlet Witch had killed Agatha, and Agatha, even though had been killed by Scarlet Witch, is now her mentor as a ghost, and so I
That's
was like,
interesting.
yeah, yeah, and so that, like, they did that exact thing, but it's just been swapped, and so
Hmm.
I thought that was really cool. Uh, I don't think, like, Agatha will be forever around as a mentor for him. I think
Right.
maybe he when he comes in to close in on fully embracing who he is and having full control over power, I think they'll end up getting rid of her somehow or whatever. Let her accept to face her son to get to cross over, because at the same time,
Or
like
sorry.
no, you're good.
Like I was thinking, or um, at some point in time, Billy runs into Mephisto,
Uh,
and like Agatha is like, "Well, I'm gonna go now."
hmm.
So I don't know
So
because like there's also theories that that's Nicholas's father, right?
right.
Because the Scratch is the devil is Mephisto,
Mhm.
um, and his name was Nicholas Scratch.
Right.
So maybe she runs into Mephisto, or maybe she runs into Nicholas like as reincarnated, or he comes and becomes a ghost, or I don't know. Like I don't know. There's something weird,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I forgive you," or whatever. Or Mephisto tells Agatha that Nicholas forgives her, and she finds peace in that, and goes to the afterlife to
Mhm.
reconnect with Nicholas. I don't know.
So there's so many possibilities how this could go for real.
Yeah.
Uh, one thing I think is cool, and like I think, and a lot of people probably think this, but at the same time, I think people are so caught up thinking, "Oh, cool, Agatha's a ghost. Agatha's his mentor. This is exciting, right?" But at the same
Mhm.
time, it's actually super layered and sad. She's his ghost as a mentor because she still refuses to pass over to face her son. And
Yep.
so to know that she's actually doing this to torture herself and is still is like, whew, like there's so many depths of layers to this still, and
Yeah.
oh, I'm here for it.
Did you so my mind when I was watching it, like I picked up on the fact that every single time that Agatha was killing these witches,
Hmm.
like Nicholas was helping and Death had somebody to come for. But the
Hmm.
one time that Nicholas was like, "Nah, I'm done. Like I'm not doing it. We can do it tomorrow."
Hmm.
That was the day that Death had to come for somebody, and he came and she came for
Yeah.
Nicholas. So I was just like, is that what's been keeping Rio off of Nicholas this entire time? Was that Agatha's been killing these witches and she's like,
Oh.
"Oh, it's for power," but no, it's actually so Rio doesn't come for Nicholas because she has other
Oh.
people to come for.
I never thought about this. Oh my god. Huh. I'm mind blown right now. Like it's got me thinking about all kinds of stuff now. I never thought about that. I just thought it's because she. Wow. Huh. All right. That thought never crossed my mind.
Yeah, it's the brain that never turns off, like, is
Yeah.
always just like, "What if this happened because of this happened?"
I
And
really
then
wanna
these things.
know.
Yeah.
One thing I would do also wish that we would have touched on and seen a little bit more of, because we still I don't know, I feel like it need there's something we needed more of this. So we see Rio, in this past, but we still don't see no in-depth
Their
storytelling
past.
of their past together. So that's still
Yes.
very vague, for her to get this kiss of death at the end and she dies,
Mm.
even when it does the flashback, it still does not touch on their connection that they had, which I thought was odd. I thought we would get a little bit more of that.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it was a scene that they just cut. Surely they filmed something about it, you would think, 'cause it almost feels like it was plucked out and it's just missing.
Yeah. I was watching a new Rockstars video earlier
Mhm,
today, and Eric was saying that maybe it was like a previous to Salem 19 or 1790, because at that point in time you got to hear Agatha say to Rio, "My love."
mhm,
So that was the theory, is that they were still together at that point. So maybe there was something
right,
prior to the 1790 time frame that they pulled out, and then we're gonna get an Ironheart or somewhere else.
mhm,
Um, and that's why it's 4 minutes or 7 minutes shorter than the other, is
mm.
because they actually pulled out that content because they have other plans for it now.
I hope that's true. I really hope it's something that they do touch back on somewhere, and it's not just something that gets forgotten and they're like, "Oh, well."
Yeah,
So
I don't know. Marvel Marvel is very finicky, and I don't think that they
mm,
just forget about things.
that's true, and we all know they played the long game on a lot
They
of
do.
things, so
They really do.
oh, man,
Yeah.
yeah, and then one thing I will say that I did expect a little bit more dramatic, just because of how the whole seasons go went about, and we also seen, when she was pregnant, she's about to give birth. was when Nicholas, she came for Nicholas and Knight, finally to take him as death. I expected that to be a little bit more dramatic, not just oh, wake up in the middle of the night, come here. I don't know. I expected this scene to be a little bit more dramatic.
Well, it was a peaceful way for him to go because he did have
Yeah.
that like death rattle of a cough that he
Right.
was
Right.
having that during that episode where he was singing the Ballad of the Witch's
Hmm.
Road, and then they went into the forest and he coughed again,
Mm,
and then they went to sleep, and then
yeah.
it was a more of a peaceful way I think for him
Sure.
to pass on rather than Rio making it bloody or gory or something that it didn't need to be. She was trying to,
Right.
I believe, save Agatha and her feelings as much as possible as she
Sure.
possibly could.
That makes sense.
Um, because she still loves Agatha, I think Rio does
Oh,
anyway.
100%. Even like when she kissed her, she died. Like, well, when she told
You
her
could
that
see the
she,
look on her
the
face.
look on her face when she said, what did she say about shoot, long as she never has to see her again or whatever, that was the decision she made. And then like look like yeah, she still very much loves her. So yeah, I hope we get to see more Rio too. Like we have to see more of Death. Have to.
The skull face. I just love
It
it
was
so
so
much.
sick.
Yes.
Like yeah,
I
I ain't
want
gonna
like a
lie.
bandana or something,
Yeah.
or like a face mask. I don't know,
Well,
something that I can
well,
just.
well, immediately when I seen the prosthetic and the pictures of her Aubrey Plaza doing that, I was like,
Mm.
I low key want to make this. Like, I don't want to be Lady Death, but low key, like I would love to make this cosplay for somebody because like it would be so fun,
Dude, what if you
so
make a
fun.
male version of it though? You could be Lord Death.
I could,
You could
yeah,
have that and you just like wear like a black cape, put like black on underneath.
yeah,
But you'd have that on your face. And then you'd have the green like crown thingy.
it's true. I mean, that's one big thing about cosplay. I mean, you can gender swap any character really, so
Yeah.
it make it your own.
Yeah.
I
As
I
soon
I
as I
I
saw
I may
her,
I may do this. I'm not gonna lie.
as soon as I saw her as Lady Death, I was like, oh, I gotta cosplay as this. Like
For real.
I gotta do what my while my body is still what my body is, so I can wear the like cut out like
Mhm.
skin showing
Yeah.
things.
I'll make you
So
that
yeah,
prosthetic by hand. If you do it, I will make you that prosthetic and I'll ship it to you.
I okay,
For real.
for real,
I
I'll do it.
oh my god, I'm so excited. Ain't gonna lie.
Okay,
So,
cool.
well, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, but, once again, it just goes to show, like, how much you can do with practical effects and still pull it off. Because like,
yeah,
I mean, most of the time nowadays, that stuff would've been just CGI'd. It wouldn't even been done like that, and, I do love that, Aubrey Plaza said that she feels like every role in her acting career has led her to this role, and it's
yes,
prepared her for this, and, like, this is
hmm,
this is that important and huge to her, so
yeah,
I just love how into her character and her role is as well.
yeah. The first time that I saw Aubrey Plaza was actually in Parks and Rec, and she already
Mhm.
had that like sullen, like dark humor and
Yeah.
like so to see her go from that to now this, I could not be happier.
Mhm.
And also now that you have um Star-Lord, who
Yeah.
is also
Chris Pratt.
yeah, thank you. Chris Pratt was in the pit. In the pit. In Parks and Rec. I love Parks and Rec.
I
Like
do
I
too.
will watch that at
So
any given point in
I've
time.
never watched it all the way through yet, but I've watched a lot of it, but not all the way through, and I hate to even say that out loud, but oh my god, it's hilarious. I mean,
You have homework.
I do. I've got a list actually, let me tell you.
You know about Genuine the pony?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, but I'm sitting trying
But
to think what
what
else.
I'm excited to see that if we don't get it in Ironheart,
Mhm.
that maybe we'll get it in the Vision series that they are doing the trilogy. Now that
Uh,
I said tri series or try
Treacle.
trickle, that's what I said. Thank you. Um, Actually, Paul, what's his face that plays Vision?
Paul Bettany.
Thank you. Paul Bettany actually said that they're gonna probably start doing some actual filming in 2025. So
Oh,
hopefully
really?
that means that, yeah.
Hell yeah.
According to Forbes.com, like he did
Okay.
an interview and he
Mhm.
was like, "We're gonna start like taping here soon," and what they're thinking is that we're going to start taping in 2025, get it in 2026, but it's definitely in production. It's definitely happening. The trilogy for WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and then ending
Mhm.
with a Vision series, maybe Vision Quest. I don't know. We kind of got rid
Mm.
of that name, but
Yeah.
something here in the future. It can't be in 2025 because we saw Disney release
Right.
their 2025. But we did say in the last episode that they released like their November stuff and a certain
Uh,
thing wasn't on it, and now we have the release that it is going to be in November. So, I mean, there's always room for growth.
oh, yeah.
Um,
Well, and I
who
really don't
knows?
I really hope we don't wait. Well, alright, so, I also love real quick, kind of go lead to what you were saying, or part
Yeah.
of it, is I really love how he was such a huge part of actually placing Tommy's soul into a body. Like, because that's just showing that much stronger connectivity, but at the same time, like, it was cool how they went about it and did it. Like, I just I loved everything about how they went about that and made that happen. Uh,
Yeah.
but, like, I don't
Oh,
think we need
Tommy
a
being
series
the guy, the kid that was
drowned.
drowning.
Mhm.
Got it.
Well, he drowned. That's the thing, I think he found someone who drowned, and so he put him
Yeah.
in that. Um, but I don't think we need a series on the journey to Tommy. Like, I think we can have a movie or something in at the beginning of it.
Mhm.
Let's kinda wrap that up. Billy find Tommy somehow, or whatever, and then they start their journey together. We don't need a whole
Mhm.
series leading up to him finding Tommy or nothing. And so, like, I think, like, Vision Quest, hopefully, they get on that pretty quick because obviously, I think they're gonna be a part of that. I think they would be a part of it. Uh,
Mhm.
but these kids ain't getting any younger. So, and if they are leading to a Young Avengers, which I don't know where they're leading to because you hear they're not, then you hear they are. And it seems like all these characters they're bringing in, they almost would have to. But
Mhm.
once again, they're not getting any younger, so they need to, I mean, do this stuff fairly quickly. But,
Yeah.
no, the whole him being involved with placing his brother's soul into a body, I thought that was great. I really, really love that.
Yeah. I love that Agatha was the one to help him, even though
Yeah.
like Agatha told Rio, like, I'm gonna get him to like come to you. And in in that episode, like Billy came back like all in his,
Mhm,
garb, and he came like floating down, and you got to see the red cape, and the red cape that we were talking about that was like a
mhm.
hint to Wanda and
Vision.
Vision on the underside because it had like the
Yes.
gold. Oh my god, just like that was amazing. I actually saw somebody say that how Agatha's like character developed in this series was a lot like Gandalf's in Lord of the
Mhm.
Rings, and she came back as Gandalf the White because like I don't know, like it was so great. Like I was nerding out like a lot this morning. Um, and I don't know, so like they could do it there, they could do Young Avengers.
Mhm.
Like we don't really know where they're headed with this. And I'm just excited to see where they go. Like it's
Yeah.
Marvel, I'm there for it.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
already love it.
I do love that scene too where she's like where her and Rio's fighting, and she's like, "How about
Mhm.
death by 1,000 cuts?" And then she, like, shatters that glass all in her face. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but that line and then also that scene, I thought that was so
Mhm.
badass. I loved that.
It was very cinematic. Like you've
Mm,
seen that glass shatter happen in so many
mhm,
different like cinemas. You've seen it in Spider-Man.
right.
I don't know. So like you've seen that scene happen, but it's always just like so emotional because it's real. It's something that can happen to
Yeah.
you, and it's scary, but it's real at the same time. So when you see like a death or something happen to a character that could actually
Mhm.
happen to you, it's that much more in my mind anyway. I could be completely wrong, but uh in my mind, like if you see someone get hurt in a way that you could get hurt, it makes
Yeah.
it feel that much more of a
Oh,
connection.
yeah, for sure. How about that scene where, at the end where she's a ghost and she's like, "Well, I tend to kill my coven." And he's like, "Me too." Oh my
'Cause he
god.
did.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't even know it was his coven. And that's
Mm,
the thing is, like, when she was talking about who was in her coven, she would always leave him out of it.
mhm.
And she always kills her coven, so, like, she never thought of being the one to kill Billy, or Teen, or whatever you wanna
I
call
thi
him. So, I think that was, like, her way of, like, recognizing that, like, he wasn't a part of her coven, but now he
Mhm.
is because it's coven of 2, not coven of true.
Right.
Um, it's just the little things.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see where these 2 go together in the future of the MCU. I think it's gonna be a fun ride.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's cool now we still get Catherine Hahn performing greatly as Agatha, and we don't have to worry about her taking anybody's magic now. We're safe. We're safe. We can feel safer with
Yeah,
Agatha now.
because that's what the Scarlet Witch did, is that she took away her Agatha's ability to get other witches magic. That was all she really wanted to do, and which is why she kept Agatha at Westview underneath
Mm,
that spell, is because she didn't want her to take any more magic.
right.
So Billy just finished that off pretty much. Um, so it's interesting to see that, and
Mm,
how everything came to fruition, and then how you saw how Billy was banishing her in Agatha's basement.
mhm.
And like Agatha was just like lounging on like the washing machine, like, what are we doing now? What are you trying to do?
It's
So
such a great series, and so one thing I will say, like, no matter how good a lot of these Disney Plus series are with Marvel, they've always struggled, I feel like, to have land a good ending of these series,
mm,
even the good ones. And to me,
yeah,
this was one of the more solid endings. I think that they really pulled through, and it was good. I
because
was
it's not
pleased
an
with it.
ending.
Well, obviously, but I'm saying like the ending for that season or
Yeah,
series.
yeah,
I felt like it's good. I was happy with it. I wouldn't like. Obviously, they leave you wanting more, but
yeah.
I wouldn't ending it and then was done. As like, well, that was a shitty ending. So
I
yeah.
feel that. I feel it.
But,
But speaking of Disney, they had a look ahead trailer that dropped this week, and we
mhm,
got to see a little bit of the 2025 release schedule as well as what if.
yes.
But first, we're going to talk about the 2025 release schedule. So you get to see that we finally have information about Spider-Man, which is in January. Um, I think it's January 29th of 2025. And then we have
Mhm,
Daredevil coming out next, March 4th. Then you have your Eyes of Wakanda, which is August 6th. Ironheart in September. You got your Marvel Zombies, which I'm super excited about because it's
super
going to be
pumped.
happening. It's going to be happening during Scary Month, October. And then
Mhm.
you have your Wonder Man, and we didn't know that this was coming, and then all of a sudden we have this in the look ahead trailer, and we got to see Ben Kingsley come back.
Yes, that's what I'm most
Um,
excited about is we get Trevor Slattery back. Literally, Trevor Slattery, our fake, in Iron Man 3. Wow, I'm drawing a blank.
I can't remember his name either, so it's not
Well
just you.
I mean, he was,
Yeah, yeah, no,
assuming the
no, he was
role
a.
of,
I know what you're talking about, but I
the 10 Rings leader or whatever. Oh, I cannot believe I am drawing a blank right now. I am failing at nerdom. Hang on.
okay. So we got to see, all of that. I'm really like I didn't really know what Ironheart was.
Mhm,
Kind of like kept on hearing little bits and pieces of it, but to actually see Riri kind of like don the Iron
mhm,
Man suit, uh I was just like so emotional. I was like, "Oh my God, this is
yeah.
amazing." Um yeah, so that was pretty neat. You got to see some more stuff from Daredevil, so we got to actually see the Punisher a little bit in the trailer because it was all together. Go ahead.
The Mandarin.
That's what it was.
I don't know, I could say that
Oh,
any other time, and I was just drawing a blank, I don't know why. But I
yeah.
love how people hated his character because everyone's like, that's what they're gonna play this out as the Mandarin? And then we get him in Shang-Chi reprising his role as Trevor Slattery, and he's with, that creature. I can't think
Yeah.
what even what they call him right now, but it's like the furry butt with wings.
Yes, it
Uh,
was.
but oh my god, I loved him in Shang-Chi. I'm like, "Oh, this is great. I would love to have him come back." And then boom, we're getting him back in Wonder Man.
Yeah, which I'm like I was like the most like I don't know what Wonder Man is. Apparently he's like a stunt actor.
Uh-huh.
Um and it's so we got to see like everybody on the East Coast. Now he's going to be on like the West Coast. He's like in California.
Mhm.
And he's going to a taping and he's like I'm here for the role of Wonder Man. So he apparently does some things to assume the role of Wonder Man,
I don't
kind
know
of
a
like
lot of
soldier
backstory.
serum type thing. Yeah, I don't know.
I gotta do some
Um
reading up on this.
Yeah, since you have your comics now that you read. That sounded mean. It's I meant that you have the ability to read comics.
Yeah, now that I'm grown up and my mom and dad can't tell me no.
I'm just gonna stop talking. So something else that we got to actually see in the look ahead trailer was we got a
Mhm.
date for What If season 3.
Yes.
Which is December 22nd. It's gonna supposedly according to like the um I wrote that. Marvel Cinematic Universe .fandom.com is
Mm.
like where I found this information. It's supposed to be 9 episodes. They're coming out daily, and it's supposed to end on December 30th. Because if it starts on December 22nd, 9 episodes gets you December 30th. That's what I read. It could be wrong, because it's on a fandom website.
Mhm.
But I do think that they're gonna do another daily thing because that's what they did with season 2, and it went over so well,
Yeah.
um, that I think that they would do it again.
Oh, I hope they do. I'm here. I really liked it. I love and I hate that this is the last season of What If, because like,
Yeah.
the What If runs have been so fun. Like,
Mhm.
and what my top favorite so far, obviously, we haven't seen season 3, is the T'Challa Star-Lord. That was such a good episode. Uh, but and, like, that's one that made me like, "Oh, I would love to have seen this in live action if that was possible." But,
I wanna see what they do with, Cohorty,
oh, yeah.
the Native American,
Mhm.
who had, like, those powers and could wield,
From the Tesseract?
Mjolnir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, she was badass, and I wanna see more of her, so I wonder if we're gonna see more of her here or if we're just not gonna see more of
I don't
her,
know.
like, if that was it. Um,
That would be sick,
'Cause
though.
they put, Captain Carter
Mhm.
in that Doctor Strange movie, so, you never know.
True.
Like, we could theoretically see more of her eventually.
Yeah. Uh, I think it's gonna be fun. Like, I'm excited too where, like, we got the first clip of that trailer where it's, Bucky and Red Guardian, on a cross road trip together, it looks like, in the car.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna be such a fun duo to watch, even animated. But, man. So we finally did also, uh, get some streaming update that I think everybody's been dying to hear. Everybody
Yes.
we Deadpool Wolverine, we got the digital download dates, and finally,
Mhm.
we are getting the Disney Plus date, and it comes to Disney Plus November 12th. And now I can watch it 6 more times.
I
And
wonder if
I
they're gonna have, like, the special, like, behind the scenes and or not behind the scenes, but, like, deleted scenes and stuff that
I
you can
typically,
I'm
they don't
hoping.
on Disney Plus, but I pray that they do, because like, that would be if not, I'm gonna be forced to buy a digital copy, because that's one movie I don't wanna miss all the extras.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually, it's something that I completely forgot to do, like, 2 weeks ago, when I
Uh-huh.
was at home, was, go into my Apple TV to see because we bought it on, Apple TV, so I wanted
Mhm,
to go onto it to see if I could see that digital content, and I
mm.
completely forgot to do it, so I didn't get it. Arr, mad.
Uh,
But anyway, what I ended up doing is I ended up just YouTubing it, and that's
uh-huh.
how I got some of it, so,
Oh, is all the extras on YouTube right now?
maybe.
Oh, I may be watching them here soon then.
Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and send them to you then.
Please do.
Yeah, I don't know if it was legal, but it's cool. It
I
was
mean,
I
if it's illegal enough, YouTube will take it down, but if it's up right now,
It's up right now. But I think that's it that we have for the Marvel news. Are you ready to get into some DC news?
let's do it.
All right.
One.
So,
Let's see.
Penguin. Yes. So Penguin episode 6, it was called the Gold Summit. I want you to actually go first because like I think you have some not negative, but like you didn't enjoy it as much as what I remember you saying.
Yeah, so, like, I enjoyed the episode, but so to me, this whole s no, let me say this, the whole series has been great. The only time I questioned this series was in the first episode because I was like, "It's good," but I felt like it was really slow and drug out. But then after the first episode ended, I mean, it's been nothing but bangers. It's been banger after episode after episode after episode. But then we got
Mhm.
this one, and it was still a good episode, but this to me felt like a filler episode. Uh it didn't move along the storylines like none of these other episodes have. So, like, if I would put this right above episode 1 compared to all the other episodes that have released on
Okay.
being good. But
Yeah.
I will say, even though it felt like a slower filler episode for me, the way it ended, it still ended leaving you on the edge of your seat, like, "No, I wanna see what happens next." 'Cause
Well, the good thing is that tonight we'll get another one,
I
and then I think
know.
we have only one more episode after
Yes.
tonight's, right?
Yeah.
There's only 2 episodes left.
I wanna know if
Um,
she's gonna end up taking his mom hostage or if she's gonna end up beating her and killing her.
I don't know. So
She has that crowbar in
what
her hand.
Yes, she does, but I think that she's just going to talk
Mhm.
and be like, "I know now," and then go back to Sal and say all that because we also got to see Victor in this episode kill somebody. He killed Squid.
That's right. That's right.
And that was like super gruesome
Yeah.
and like to see Victor's arc where we
Yeah.
are now, where we knew he was already kind of going onto the bad side, but
Mhm.
now he's saying the same things that Penguin is. Look what you made me do.
Yep.
And he now carries around a gun. He's a badass on a motorcycle. Like he's
Yep.
like that
He's
bad
going
boy.
deeper and deeper and deeper of the villain world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, because I don't think that he would let Sophia beat up like his mom, like Penguin's mom,
Mhm.
and kill her in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I think that like something is gonna happen like that. Sophia is gonna be like, "Well, I know now. You go
Right.
ahead and you go tell your little boy
Say,
like that
"I
I
know."
know."
Yeah.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
That his mom isn't dead. Because remember when they were in the apartment, like her and Sal, like they had that moment where
Mhm.
like Sal held up the photo
Mhm.
and she was like, "Oh, like he doesn't have anybody in close to him." And he's like, "Oh, what is this then?" And he was like, "What?" Or Sophia had said that all 3 of the brothers had died, and the mother was dead. So
Mhm.
this entire time he's been saying that his mother's been dead. Um, so it's interesting that like now she has to critically think of,
And
all
keep playing
right,
chess.
yeah,
Yeah.
because she was there to find Penguin, but she found his mom,
Mhm.
and Penguin killed her brother. So like she's got to find out a way to get revenge, but she's got to bring Sal in on it now because Sal's family is now also dead. Both of them are loners,
Mhm.
and they now are going to come up with something, and it's going to be amazing. Whatever it is, I think Sal's going to die. But anyway, that's my thoughts.
I had a feeling I thought at first we were gonna see his mom commit suicide. Like, for some reason, I had a feeling that we were like, when he was putting the makeup on her and stuff, obviously, I knew he wasn't gonna do that, what she requested, but I thought that maybe, like, once he didn't and left, that she was gonna actually commit suicide is what they were
You
leading
don't
up to.
you don't think that he would? Like if your loved one, all right, sidetrack. If your loved one came up to you and
Mhm.
was like, "Hey man, like my mind is going," or
Mm.
Like so AD and I have this pact
Mhm.
that if one of us becomes a vegetable 6 months later, we're still vegetables, no hope for improvement.
Mhm. Pull the plug.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to live that way. That's
Mhm.
not
No
how I want
quality
to
of
live.
life.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, if your loved one came up to you,
Mhm.
pretty much the same situation, right? Like,
Right.
I am no longer able to do this or I can't do that. Like, if I can't wipe my own butt to go to the bathroom,
Right.
please help me end it. Figure out a way to help me end it. What would you do?
I don't know. I don't know if I can answer that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I just think that Penguin we've seen the Penguin, take drastic measures, show no mercy, but then we see the side of him where he does have passion, and care, and I think no matter how gruesome and no matter what boundary he's willing to cross for things,
Hmm.
I just feel like with his mom, I just feel like
Yeah.
that's one that he just can't cross.
He was
Uh,
crying. Like, he didn't want to do it.
yeah, so, but I'm super excited to watch that tonight, ain't gonna lie. It actually started 1 minute ago.
Damn. All right. Well, we got to hurry up and finish this now. um,
Well, that's the end of the show,
but
guys. No.
no, I do like the lead up episodes. I didn't think it was a
Mhm.
filler episode because you did get to see things that help it lead to that next episode, to the end
Yeah.
of the series, because we are here very, very soon. We're done with Agatha. We only got Penguin left.
Yeah. And tonight, I think, is the last, episode for The Walking Dead too, so or yeah, Daryl Dixon, Book of Carol, so, yep.
Mm, okay.
Yeah,
You're gonna be a sad boy today?
I will be, probably. Yeah. All these great shows coming to an end. What am I gonna do with
Yeah,
my
but
life?
then you have new ones coming out. We
That's
just
true.
talked about all the ones with
This is
Marvel,
true.
and then in
And I've got
December.
comic lines I'm reading too, so,
Exactly.
yep.
Right, right. So, you ready to talk about the next thing, which is Star Wars?
Let's slice it up.
All right. So, I have a fun fact of the day that I found out that I was like, I'm nerding out about this. I gotta let the world know.
When I
So, if
read
you
it real
didn't read,
quick, I did
yeah.
not know this, so, like, I'm super excited to hear you talk about it because I
So this
never knew this.
literally just came out. Like
Oh,
this
really?
is brand new information that came out this week, which is why I
Uh-huh.
wanted to cover it. So apparently, like in the Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn, their names were almost
Mhm.
reversed. So meaning that Obi-Wan Kenobi was the older guy and Qui-Gon Jinn was like the younger one.
Uh-huh.
So this came about, like this was the thing until George Lucas was like, "Now we're not doing that."
Right.
So what was supposed to happen was that Obi-Wan was supposed to be the one that was killed by Darth Maul, and then Qui-Gon Jinn was supposed to like become um, Obi-Wan pretty much. So he was eventually going to have the name Obi-Wan, but like at first it was like different. But he had like this quest that he was going to go on, and then he was going to change his name to Obi-Wan and have this like huge resolution that like, oh, it's all the things. But like it was just like a huge thing that I'm glad that they didn't do it that way because it seems
Right.
like so like hard to understand.
Mhm.
Um, so actually, there was a piece that I wrote down real quick. It says like this is what like George Lucas had like said, I guess like in a interview or something like that. He said that's why when you see Alec Genesis
Alec
or
Guinness.
Guinness, thank you, in A New Hope, he
Sir
puts
Alec
down.
Guinness, to be exact.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
he's got nated.
Yeah.
So when he puts down his hood, and he goes, Obi-Wan, I've never heard of like it because like
Haven't
he,
heard that name in forever.
yeah, um, it's because he was actually like supposed to be Qui-Gon, and then he turned into Obi-Wan. But I don't know if he had gotten to that point on his quest yet where he had taken his master's name.
Mhm.
Um, So, like, that's why apparently in Star Wars: A New Hope, he's like, Obi-Wan, I haven't heard that name in years or whatever.
Mm.
So,
Yep. That's wild.
I
It's
yeah.
it's a little murky, like you said. Like, it would kinda
Yeah.
muddy up, and it's slightly odd, but I don't know. It's just it's to me, it's a OG piece of information from the OG trilogy, and I
Yeah.
just I love it. Finding out new stuff, since
Yeah.
the first one came out in 1977, like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I love that they just like were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, like I know nobody asked for this, but here's like information that you guys
Yeah,
never knew."
right.
Like, "Oh shit." So I wanted to share that. And like if you guys can't follow what I'm saying, go ahead and do some research. Like look at the article. They explain it, I guess, a little bit better in the article, but like for a synopsis type reason, Qui-Gon Jinn was supposed to be Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was supposed to die from Darth Maul. Qui-Gon eventually becomes Obi-Wan, and that's how you have the Obi-Wan story.
And this is probably why they
Yeah.
didn't put it in there.
I still thought it
Uh,
was cool.
yeah, it's still cool. It is.
Yeah.
So, we got a new trailer and poster for, Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, we did.
Definitely now, I think it's obvious that this is geared to a very young crowd.
Yeah.
Trying to get these youngins in there into the Star Wars lore, and I
Yeah.
can't blame them. I'm gonna still watch it so we can cover it here on the show. Um, but she's like, "Eh, just you though." But,
Well, no, Deontay might follow you on that.
that's true. He probably will.
Yeah.
Uh, but man, I don't know. Even though I know it's geared for younger kids, and I can respect that,
Mhm.
but y'all don't have to make it look like Dumbo turned into an alien. I mean, come on. I know Disney owns Star Wars now, but y'all can do some better work on some of these species that y'all are showing on here. I don't know why it probably shouldn't bother me this bad, but this
Yeah.
elephant alien is just really bothering me. Just
No, it's all good. It's different. And of course, like younger kids that are
mhm.
back in my day, but like younger kids that are now watching like the original three, right? So you have
Right.
four, five, six. That
Yeah.
like they watch that and they're like, "This ain't it." Like, and we talked about that in past episodes where,
Mhm.
this is like they're trying to get younger kids into it, and there are younger kids that are already into
Right.
Star Wars with the newest trilogy. So it goes through like different, I don't know, like revamps, I guess, to get like the younger kids
Right.
like in it. So there you go. So you have Penguin tonight, and then next week, and then we're gonna rewatch Agatha,
Mhm.
and then that's gonna lead you right up to it's December 3rd, I think.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, so I think December 3rd, and then I think this also comes out weekly. Or it's so the first two
Mhm.
drop, and then it comes out weekly after that. So
Yep.
you got something to fill
That's
up your
true.
time again.
And then, I could be giving this so much too much crap. I mean, I could turn around and watch it, and besides this character design, it could be a great series. Even for younger kids, it could still be a great series. I mean, Jude Law's in it, and I'm not gonna lie, there's not too many things I've seen with Jude Law in that's been bad.
This is true, but there's room.
There is room. Mm. I can
it
tell you this,
could,
I don't think this is the turning point for Star Wars, let me just say that.
maybe it's magical and it's
Hmm.
Disney, so they always got some magic up their sleeve, so who knows what this could do. Um, and I hope you guys the best for watching it.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it. Don't worry, we'll tell
Uh,
you all about it.
No problem. Thanks.
You'll be
Appreciate
here
it.
having to listen.
That might be the
But
reason why I just start walking away from my camera just randomly. Just kidding. I would
wh
never do that.
where did Tay go?
Don't worry about it.
You wanna jump to some educated wish entertainment?
Absolutely, I do.
I really hate that Deontay's not here for this big announcement, but we're getting Jumanji 3. With Deontay, our bestest pal, being one of the biggest rock fans. I just really hate even talking about this without him on here, but
I know.
I
It
mean,
just doesn't feel right.
no, it don't, and we've actually got like two things with The Rock in it that we're going to
Yeah,
talk about. So yeah, I just
yeah.
he's missing out, but
Actually, 3 if you wanna count the other one as 2. Anyway,
oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that.
yeah, yeah, it's 3. This is Deontay's night to shine, and he just isn't here.
No,
Um, but Jumanji 3 is officially announced, and it's
yeah.
coming out December 11th, 2026. Um, I don't really know what more they would be doing with
All right.
Jumanji,
Mm.
um, because we went from the board game to video games. Maybe this will be a virtual reality type thing.
Hmm. That's
I
might be
just
like the
like
only
I'm
last step that they could go, really.
Yeah, or if they want to go to like next gen console type thing for
Or
hmm,
what if they want to give more of an ode back to the OG, and it goes all the way back to the OG board game, and and they actually do it a version just like Robin Williams' version did, and where to the games coming into the house and all that. I doubt
so
they
it
do that,
turns
but that
out
would
to
be
be the
cool.
real world. Yeah.
Mhm. I don't
Huh.
know. I
I
don't
don't
know
know
where
if
they're
they
going.
would do that. Yeah. I don't think that they would do that, but I
Yeah.
do like hope that they would um I don't know, do something with it, like maybe do like another nod
Mm,
to the original in some type of way. But I think it would be cool if they chose another medium.
yeah. Yeah, so, like, I think that, like, these aren't movies I look forward to coming out and watching, but the Jumanji movies have been fun. They've been fun to
Yeah.
watch, so, like, I'm not upset about this.
Welcome to Jumanji. I don't know. So I grew up watching the original Jumanji,
I love the
with
original.
Robin Williams. And yeah, absolutely adored it. And when I saw this first Jumanji coming out
Uh-huh.
with Kevin Hart and Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I was like, all right, I'll give it my time. I'll see.
Yeah,
And I'm happy that I did.
yeah.
Honestly, like I've enjoyed it. I love Karen Gillian. Jack Black's an absolute treasure. Protect him with your lives.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
but yeah, I think it's hilarious, and I
Mhm.
will probably also be watching Jumanji 3. Probably wait for it to go to streaming, but I'll still watch it.
I'll probably go theater see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably will.
Okay.
Like I said, they've been fun, and, like, they usually have, like, pretty big action, scenes, with animals and stuff involved, so I think I don't know. I'm a sucker for theater. I'll go see a rom-com in theater, I don't care.
What's wrong with rom-com? I
No,
love rom-coms.
no, I know, but, like, rom-coms tend to be a thing where people don't really push themselves to go theater see it. Either they may go
Mm,
see it or may wait for it to come streaming just
yeah.
because, there's nothing theatrical, typically about a rom-com, like, cinematically.
Yeah.
But, like, I'll go see anything. I'll go watch a freaking documentary at theater, I don't care.
You're speaking my language because I was watching that music by John Williams, and if I
Mm,
had actually gone to theaters to go watch that, I think I probably would have cried because the
the
amount of
sound.
like oh my God.
Oh. That's on Disney
And they
Plus, right?
also, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I recommend anybody that hasn't seen it, that's into documentaries, that's into music, or just looking for something to get your feet wet into either of those, super recommend the music by John Williams documentary. It actually really makes me want to watch that Christopher Reeves Superman
Oh, yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because Christopher Reeves is actually in this documentary.
Hmm, really?
Mhm.
Interesting. Yeah, that
Yeah.
only came out to theaters, 2 days it played only on t 2 separate days, the Christopher Reeves one
Yeah.
did, and I really wanted to make it, but I just there was no way I could, so, it's gonna have to be streamed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when that comes out on streaming.
I don't know. I will look it up after this and I will get back to you and we can post it on our Facebook page.
Sounds good.
All right. So, another thing that they're just beating into the ground, that they keep on saying, "This is the last one, this is the last one."
Kinda like the Fast series saga.
Yeah. Yep. Mission Impossible 8.
Da,
Ocho.
da, 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 da.
I don't think it's Mission Impossible anymore. I think it's Mission Possible.
Mm. Tom
Um,
Cruise, it's the only successful franchise he's done, so he's hanging on to it for dear life. That's
what
yeah, I
other
think
franchise has he done? Are you talking
he
about?
tried doing Reacher. He did 2 Reacher movies. That's a franchise.
Oh, I forgot about that. And then the
Yeah.
Mummy. The Mummy
Uh,
was the one I was thinking of.
oh, yeah, the Mummies, thanks to him, what he did with the Mummy is actually what screwed us getting a complete MonsterVerse being redone by Universal. So,
I don't know. I think that they're gonna probably come back out with something now that Wolfman is doing the things.
yeah, I hope so, but, like, with the wow, Invisible Man movie?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called, Invisible Man? No.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, okay.
Bloomhouse.
Yeah, yeah. So then they had that, but then they had, Dracula Untold, which was played by Luke Evans, one of the best Dracula movies. I absolutely love it. So underrated, and not a lot of people talk about it. Phenomenal. And then they had, Aaron Eckhart play, I, Frankenstein. I don't know
Mm,
if you ever watch that?
I don't think so.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Aaron Eckhart is the one that plays,
Like Two
Two-Face.
Face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
plays
know
I
exactly who you're talking about.
he
I
plays
had a hardcore crush on that man for a while.
watch I, Frankenstein. He plays Frankenstein. If I remember correct, he's like a trench coat Frankenstein monster, but like he's a warrior. Like it's pretty good.
Oh, so he's Frankenstein's monster, not the
Yeah, yeah,
actual.
yeah. Not
Like,
Doctor Freeze. So
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Tracking now.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
I, Frankenstein was not part of that. I'm so stupid. I don't think. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. God, they do so many of
I
these
don't know.
monster movies. I get mixed up now because I was also thinking about James McAvoy and Daniel Radcliffe's Frankenstein movie. Daniel Radcliffe played Igor, and James McAvoy was Doctor Frankenstein. You ever watch that?
No, but
S-
this
it-
this is
watch
definitely
that.
on my list. This is
I
on
was,
my list.
it's good. I like it.
Well, I
Uh,
love James McAvoy and I love Daniel Craig, so the two of them together
no, it's
just
Daniel Radcliffe.
Radcliffe. Oh.
Harry Potter
Harry
plays
Potter?
Igor.
I love how we both were like Harry Potter. Not Woman in Black, not yeah, Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So anyway,
It's good. uh,
Mission Impossible 8. It's
yeah.
supposed to come out May 23rd, 2025. There is a rumor that the trailer is going to drop on the 11th. So we'll get some type of, I guess, backstory or I don't know. But this is supposedly the last one, just like we're talking about with the Fast movies, that's the last one that they're coming out with now.
Mhm.
Tom Cruise is holding on to it. Or no, he did. Top Gun. He-
Oh, that's right. Right. And
Yeah.
that's successful, I guess.
I'm sorry. This is my brain.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I mean it's more successful out of I think pretty much a lot of his projects. Um, but I do give props for uh Tom Cruise for him to actually do his like special effects, the
Mhm.
stunts, some of the things like when we saw in the last one he had the G forces and his face did all of the things. Like he actually did like went through some G forces to do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are so wrinkly. But anyway, I don't know. I don't really care about it anymore.
Yeah, so, like, back in the day, I actually enjoyed watching the Mission Impossible movies, but,
Well,
like
yeah, the first ones.
yeah, but in, like, the past 3, I'm not saying they're bad, but it's one of those deals where I've my interest is just lost. It's I don't go out of
Because
my
it
way to
shouldn't be called Mission Impossible anymore. Because like your mission, if you choose to accept it, we already know he's going to accept the mission. We already know he's going to do the mission, and it's going to be a successful mission, unless he dies in this one, which
and
I seriously doubt.
we already know that it's gonna self-destruct in 5 seconds too, so
And then we're always going to get it when it gets down to like 1 second. We're going to clip that right wire.
right. So, you found, some pretty cool information about, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Um. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, what was it you got
Me?
more
Okay.
details on this? Yeah, so
Yeah. So Christopher Lee, he
Mhm,
plays Saruman in Lord of the Rings, right? So
mhm.
in the War of the Rohirrim, um,
You did good, you did good.
yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Keep doing it every week. It'll eventually get there. So they're actually going back into the archives for Christopher Lee's Saruman's voice, and they're going to use it
Mm,
in this. They're not going to AI it.
mm-mm,
It's actually going to be his voice that they're going to be using. It's 10 years after his death, that they're going to be doing this, and I think it's a great homage, and especially because it's an animated movie that I think they're gonna do it right. I really hope that they do. I have a
mhm,
lot of hope on this movie. At first I was like, yeah, it's Lord of the Rings. I like already love Lord of the Rings, and then now I just keep on hearing little things about it that I'm like,
hmm.
oh, it's already so pretty. And now like Saruman is coming back. His voice is just so iconic. It's Count
It is.
Dooku, man.
That's what
Like,
exactly what I was about to say. Between Saruman and Count Dooku, like, his voice will live rent free forever in my head.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I can just hear it now. Anyway,
Mm,
I'm really excited. And it's like it was something that I was just gonna wait to see later on because it's like an animated movie. We have a lot of things
mhm,
happening at that time in December. Um, so I was just gonna kind of like wait to like for it to come out
right.
onto like streaming or something. But now I really want to go see it in theaters because
I'm definitely gonna see it in theaters.
To hear Sauron's voice in
Mhm,
theaters. I never got into Lord of the Rings until like they were all like out. We had the discs or whatever.
mhm.
Um, so I never got to actually go to theaters to hear this magicalness.
And now you
So
can.
I yes, exactly. And that's why I'm just like,
So I actually
no,
had the original trilogy on VHS.
damn,
Yep,
you're old.
I am old. So, next thing I really enjoy. Let's not talk about my age right now. All right, a little sore subject. My birthday coming up.
I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
no, I'm playing. John Krasinski. They won't give us.
Yes.
They won't give him back to us as Reed Richards, but he's coming back as uh shoot Jack Ryan. So have you watched the Jack Ryan series that he played in?
Yes.
I've enjoyed
Yes.
it.
Yes.
I like his Jack Ryan,
He
and
is the only Jack Ryan.
yeah, I like him better than Chris Pine's Jack Ryan. So, but anyways, so I think there's what 3 or 4 seasons of 4, I think, and now he's coming back to play Jack Ryan in the movie. So,
Yes. So they're coming out with the movie.
mm,
The guy that directed the season 2, his name is like Andy Bernstein. He's
mhm,
coming back as the director for this. The writer of season 4, so there must be 4 seasons.
must be.
Um, he's writing the script for this. We already know that Wendell Pierce is supposed to return. He's already been like approved that he's going to be returning, and it's like known. Um, but the one that they're working on is Michael Kelly, who's in the
Mhm.
Penguin right now, or was because he's dead now. But
Yeah, yeah.
they're doing the negotiations to get him, not in real life, just in the
Yeah,
TV
yeah,
series. Like,
yeah.
yikes. Anyway, they're working on
There's a bunch of
negotiations
cash with
to
his
get him
blood on it
back.
right now.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, like I loved it so much, and like I can't wait to hear more news about this as we
Mhm.
get more news to come out. We'll let you guys know. So, are you excited about this movie?
Yeah, yeah, I am. So I actually really love the
Yeah.
Jack Ryan series. I think
Mm-hmm.
I've seen all of it, all of them, but the last season. It's one of
Mm,
those things that I just got so caught up and forgot to go back when the latest one came out. So
yeah.
I know I've watched at least the first full 2 seasons, and
Okay. So
I'm
Parks
a
and
huge
Rec, the Jack Reacher. Go ahead. Making a
Jack
list.
Reacher. I've seen all Jack Reacher.
What? No, you just said you didn't finish. Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan. Damn.
Uh,
God damn it.
I'm a huge Krasinski fan, though. Like, to me, that
Yeah.
like, even though I love Pedro Pascal, I'm sure he's gonna do a fine job as Reed Richards. That's my Reed Richards that I want in the MCU moving forward,
Yeah.
but I guess we won't get it.
No, we will. We will speak it into
He
existence until it happens.
he went into Multiverse of Madness, but man, they took my guy out just like that. So
Which means there's gotta be another, multiverse out there with him
yeah.
as Reed Richards.
Well,
That's all I'm
if we ever get the
saying.
council of Reeds, maybe they'll
Yeah.
throw Krasinski in there as one of the council of Reeds. So
Or maybe like we'll see him in like another one of these like episodes and he's just like a rando like
mhm,
normal dude that hasn't gotten his powers yet and he's just a nerd. He's just a scientist.
yeah. And for y'all that didn't know, we just jumped back into Marvel Media. So
I'm sorry.
no, we did it. I'm the one that started it.
Yeah,
If you
it's
can't
fine.
tell, a lot of our conversations lead back to Marvel. We can't help it.
Oh, you
We
know, they
we
really
are
do.
guilty.
So speaking of Dwayne the Rock Johnson, we have Moana too. Um we actually got to see they had the words things. Anyway, so Moana 2, you have Dwayne the Rock Johnson
Mhm,
that's gonna be in it. They had the like first day advance tickets come out and they broke the 2024
mm,
record
wow,
for animated anyway. Not for everybody because like
right,
Deadpool and Wolverine is still up there.
sure.
And Wicked actually did better than Moana 2
Really?
score.
Nice.
Yes.
I wonder
Yeah.
how well they compare to the Inside Out 2 then.
It it beat Inside Out too.
Oh,
Um,
really? Woo.
yeah. Yeah. So Inside Out 2 came out in 2024, and that's like one of the ones that it said like, "Hey, we beat the ticket sales for
Mhm,
this." I'm like, okay, well, it's just ticket sales. Doesn't mean that the movie's gonna be.
right. Sure, sure, sure. So, I've watched Moana, the first one, but I only watched it once. So,
Mm.
it's one I need to watch. It's a huge fan favorite, but for some reason, something about it just didn't pull me in like how everybody raves about it. I don't know why.
So the first time I tried to watch it, the first couple of times I tried to watch it, I want to say three. I was on a plane, and like we had one of those screens or whatever, so I like
Uh-huh.
was trying to watch it because I was like, all right, like I want to watch it because
Yeah.
everybody's ranting and raving about it.
Yeah.
So I try to watch it, and then I go to sleep. Like I couldn't get into it either. It was on like that fourth time watching it
Mhm,
at home, I wanna
mhm,
say, or I might have been babysitting somebody's kid, and they're like, "I wanna watch Moana."
hmm,
So I, like, put it on, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually pretty good." And then, I think, like, for me, it was kind of like Frozen where it just got overdone
mhm.
with the singing, um,
Frozen's not
which, of
overdone.
course okay, sure, we'll say that, or you'll say that.
I'm excited for Frozen
Um
3.
Okay, I'm just saying that the "Let It Go" song was
Uh,
so overplayed.
overplayed? Oh, I agree that, yeah.
I love the song still, and I will listen to it
Mhm,
and belt my heart out to it in my
right.
car alone. But, uh, but, like,
You heard it
it's
everywhere all the time.
yeah, you heard it everywhere, and then, like, when we got to see it in Ted Lasso, anyway, we're talking about Moana. So Um, yeah, I couldn't get into it. I finally did get into it. I've watched it maybe 2, maybe 3 more times after that. I'm more of a not Enchanted. I do like Enchanted more, but Encanto.
Oh, I love Encanto. Oh my god.
Yeah, so that one, Coco, like those are more of the movies that I gravitate to for like
Mhm.
the newer version of like animated like
Sure.
films that have come out. But
Encanto's
I'm
got
not
some
gonna just
banger
sit
of
down.
songs.
Yes. Yes,
I
it
by
really
myself
does.
driving will turn Encanto album on Spotify and listen to it.
I love that for you. I really do. I love to play a Disney, playlist and then just, like, listen to it
Oh, yeah.
loop
What's your
or
favorite
whatever.
Encanto song?
The Drip song.
That's
Drip,
my
drip,
favorite
drip,
song.
drip.
But,
Whoa!
something about Under Pressure or something, I think it's called, or
I don't think it's called Under Pressure because that's a David Bowie song, but
Under Pressure. No, I'm playing.
yeah, that
No, but there's something about pressure in that song, I thought, but
yeah.
yeah,
Something about pressure and breaking, and I can't
Yeah,
remember it for the life of me right
yeah.
now, but that
Anyways.
one or her family madrigal
Oh,
song at the
yeah.
beginning.
Mhm.
I really like that one too. So, I mean, like we said, bangers of songs
Yes.
in that. But going back to Moana 2,
My bad.
it actually also broke the record for those of you that don't know, for Disney for an animated movie for the first 24 hours that it came out. It was viewed by like 178 million people or 178 million times, however you want to look at it, but it broke the record.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's now sitting at the first for that. The live action remake for Moana, which has The Rock in it, which is why we have those three, is set to debut in
Beyonce
theaters.
missing out.
He really is. And that's going to be out in theaters on July 10th, 2026.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's all of the Moana 2 news. Now we can now we can geek out about like other shit.
So the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. So like, I've seen I think the first 2 Scary movies, right?
Yeah.
I never was like just I never make sure to keep watching that whole franchise. But I think
Mm,
it. So they're talking about doing a franchise reboot of the Scary movies,
yeah.
and like I'm here for that. And if they did that, like I would probably start watching those in order. And I hope they're good. Like they're both funny as shit. Like
Yeah.
they're great. So I think this would be great to see the updated franchise of this.
It's not it's not the scary movie.
Paranormal
I've seen
Activity.
a lot of them. But the paranormal activity one where it was like
Yeah.
haunted house or something like
Yeah, a
that,
haunted house, yeah.
yeah, that is the one that I will quote randomly.
Yeah, it's so
Um
funny, so freaking funny.
I love it so much. I didn't watch it until AD showed it to me and he's like, "You've never watched this?" And I was like, "No, I've never watched this." And he put it on and I was in tears.
Yeah,
Never watched like a
yeah.
poltergeist movie or whatever.
Uh,
Um
I'm sitting here playing it in my head now.
yeah. What you mean, cuz?
That's what I was about to that's what I was about to say. Or what the ghost does to his wife in bed. He gets jealous of it.
Oh my god, the farting. Oh, anyway,
Uh, it's so
I got
funny.
you mid-sip. That's hilarious. But for the scary movies, the first one came out in 2000. So
Mhm.
we're 24 years away from like the first one when it came out. And the last one, which was actually the fifth one, came out in 2011. So I'm interested to see like what they do with it if they like grab the newer movies and make fun of those like
Mhm.
Happy Death Day or Megan. Um
Smile. Yeah.
yeah, right? Like I can see them doing Smile and then like Marlon Wayland being like bah! Like just like smacking the shit out of
Yeah.
them.
"Quit smiling at me,
Um
bitch. Why you doing that?"
Exactly.
Yeah,
See, you 100%. That is exactly what he would say too.
yeah.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
It would be. I hope that's the route they go with these.
What you
It'd
smiling
be
at,
great.
cuz?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh,
Um,
all right.
so for you Wednesday fans out there, season 2 is, coming to Netflix. What dates do you have on
Yes.
this?
That is November 23rd.
Yeah, this year.
So, yeah, in 20 days.
Yeah,
So that's happening. It's official. I mean, like it's been official, but we
yeah,
officially
and
have a date.
Wednesday has grown to be a have a pretty large fandom. I mean, I enjoyed it. Nothing I get super hyped about, but it's fun. I love Catherine Zeta-Jones. I love Louis Guzman. Love Louis Guzman actually, but yeah, Jenna Ortega. So yeah, I think I could be wrong, but I think when the season 2 comes out, we're going to see maybe some viewership records broken. Just because like it's I'm not. Hey, you wanna hype it, but, like, it's a pretty hype show, like, even though I
Yeah.
don't necessarily feel the same way, it's a pretty hype show.
hmm Yeah, a lot of people were talking about it and going crazy about it, so I can see
Mhm.
that it would break some records, but I don't know. I don't know what the record is right now for TV show.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
but we
mean,
do have like
I
The
think just, like,
Witcher.
maybe some, like, just inside Netflix records,
Yeah,
so
that's what I was thinking too. So like
okay.
you have like I was saying like The Witcher.
Yeah.
which I feel like season 2 probably got like a lot too, and
Oh, yeah.
you have um I don't know, like there's a lot of really good Netflix
Mhm.
shows. So I wonder if they would go like I wonder what the all-time is and then what the live action one is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Netflix though, Arcane season 2 has officially has a date now, and it's going to come out in like 3 different acts. So you have November 9th, 16th and the 23rd.
Mhm.
So just a couple of days from now we're going to get the first act. And then the last act is going to follow on the same day as Wednesday.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So that's happening. There's a lot of people that are really excited about it. It's going to be the last season of Arcane.
So 2
So
and done, huh? Hmm.
I I
I've not
never
seen the
really got
first one.
into it. Like
Yeah.
I didn't either. Like I didn't. I'm not even gonna say it's bad or anything because I really don't know.
Same.
I do know that like I have friends that really obsess about it.
Mhm.
Like Willie McCoy. Like he's like super into Arcane, so I know he's super excited
I see a
that
lot
it's
of people
coming
talk
out.
about it online on social media.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I can't talk that much about it. But you have a date now, so you're
Yeah.
welcome. Or 3 dates, I guess, rather. And all very soon. But things that I am excited for. Godzilla!
I was hoping you were gonna say it that way, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "Is she? Is
Yes.
she?" Because like, I know what you typed
Yes.
when you shared that post or that, link the other day, and I literally
I,
said it, like, in my head when I read that like that. Oh,
I think I put like GAWDRA. God, Gajira? I don't know. Oh no, I
I
put a Z.
yeah, you did.
ZIRRA. I don't know. Anyway, I type it out ridiculously. But anyway, there is officially news that Godzilla minus one actually has a sequel that is happening. So the original director from the first one is coming back to do this, and the production is supposedly supposed to start in late 2025, which
Mm,
means we probably won't see it for quite some time. But
sure.
it's very quiet hush hush about anything
Really?
with it right now.
So that's the thing on my list, and I hate this. I really need to see the first one. I haven't seen the first one yet, but I know it broke records as well.
Yeah. And
It did really, really well for
yeah.
a dub. Is it dub? No, it's subtitled. Isn't it? I could be wrong, but I think the whole movie's subtitled because that's some of
Set
the
in
records that.
Japan. It's
Yeah,
set in Japan, so I either if it isn't dubbed, then it's just subbed.
yeah. It's not. I didn't mean dubbed. It's subbed, I believe. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head right now because my brain is complete mush apparently tonight. So
probably
I'm
just
sorry,
hungry.
y'all. We talked about food for I don't know how long before this started.
I
So,
know.
so yeah, I
Uh,
am very much hungry right now. I get the
so
hankers.
one thing I'm excited about is, we got what 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, and
There's really only 7, but yeah.
I was saying, and a lot of people were very unhappy with season 8. Uh, but
You don't
we are
say.
supposed to be getting a Game of Thrones movie.
Yay.
It's an early development. There's no
Mhm.
screenwriters assigned to it. There's no directors assigned to it. There's really no news, but except it's an early development. Uh,
Yes.
but I'm super curious where the, where this is going to take place and what
Mhm.
characters they're going to focus on and how it's going to play out. If they're
Yeah.
smart, they've already kind of like upset a lot of the fandom with season 8, how they kind of rushed and threw that thing together. So like
Yeah.
if it was me, obviously you can't
I'd
take
redo
back what you
season 8.
did. No, no,
I'd
no.
redo it.
Well, you can't take that back necessarily.
Well, no, you're not
So
taking it back. You're redoing it and you're giving people what they want with the whole White Walker actual battle. Like
mhm,
very well lit, and like the White Walker, like winter is coming, winter is coming, winter is here, and it lasted one episode.
yeah.
Like there should have been so much more that they could have done with it, which is why I think it's why I'm saying that like this movie should be like the Battle of the White Walkers or something. I don't
Right.
know. But I think that they should redo part of season 8 and give the fans what they're looking for.
Sure.
That's
I
me.
I think they should do that, I agree with you, but I think just I don't think they will.
Okay.
I don't. So,
What do you think they're gonna do then?
well,
Or
I
what do
just
you
think
hope
I
for?
think they should do I would like to see what you said, but I just don't think that's in the pocket for them to do. They're still gonna take back I don't think they're gonna take back and redo anything that they've already put out. So, I
Yeah.
think what's the best thing next best thing to do is pick up immediately where season 8 left off of, but let it be very, very well written and somehow make just some bomb ass movie about Jon Snow.
Okay, so Daenerys is
Dead.
the Mad King. She's did she die at the end?
He killed her, stabbed her.
Straight up. That's how bad it was. I really don't remember shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, just make some badass redemption arc to continue that story where it makes people forgive you for what you did to season 8. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure as time goes on, anything that leaks from this, because it's such a huge fandom, like, there's gonna be multiple leaks on the journey from this movie being made, so and
Yeah.
hopefully it's in early production and nothing happens where it gets canceled or it falls through. So if we start seeing assigned screenwriters and assigned directors here soon, that's going to give us a lot better feeling of
Hmm.
confidence.
Yeah, because we were supposed to get that Jon Snow series that they already canceled.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they like said it was happening and then they canceled it. So we'll see. Like everything that, we say like, hey, like this is happening. Sometimes they cancel. And we'll talk about that in a second with our gaming news. So you
Well,
ready to get into it?
let's do it, geek.
All right. So, we're actually going to go in order, even though the last thing I just said is kind of tied to like the end. But anyway,
We're keeping you
so the
until
first
the
thing,
end.
anyway, so
All
Indiana Jones, um, Indiana Jones actually has it's kind of like an adventure type game. It's called Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It's an action adventure type game. There's like this dog that they actually named Indiana in it, and like Indy, the person, doesn't want to like kill the dog because he's like a dog person. It's kind of like reminding me of like John Wick. But it already looks really beautiful. It's coming out on December 9th for Xbox and PC, and then in spring of 2025 for PlayStation 5. It's like $70 for the standard and then $100 for the digital. So right now you guys can
Hmm,
like pre-order it on Xbox or PC, your Steam, um, or just wait until it comes out. Like here's some like actual reviews and stuff. There's a couple of reviews out there because I think they released some beta
hmm.
um that people have looked at. But I don't
So
know. It's
that
supposed to be
actually
funny.
that's actually the proper fandom of I don't know if you remember, but in The Last Crusade, where him and his dad is, Sean Connery, that
Hmm.
they actually mentioned in that movie that their dog's name was Indiana, and then he took on the dog's nickname, or they named him
That's
after the dog or something like that. I can't remember what it was because
that's
they
hilarious.
make a joke. They're like, they don't they named you after the dog or something like that. There's some
Mm,
joke in there, but yeah.
yeah, I think I actually do remember that. Oh man, it's been so long since I've seen those movies. Now I gotta go
The Last
rewatch those
Crusade is
movies.
my favorite one
Yeah,
with him and Sean Connery. Oh, yeah.
I love Sean Connery,
Oh,
so
I do too. Huge Sean Connery.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Wow.
Um, but like apparently this game is supposed to be super funny.
Hmm.
Um, so it's like it's comedy-esque. So I'm excited to see people play it on Twitch before I invest myself into
Sure.
actually like getting it.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys know if I ever actually end up getting it. 'Cause I ended up getting like Hogwarts like a year after it came out. I guess there's like some DLC that's supposed to be coming out and that's why it's on sale. I don't know. Anyway, So that's the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. The next thing I want to talk about is Black Ops 6. So, as you guys know, it came out on November 1st, so a couple of days ago. Nuketown was actually released, and Nuketown is my favorite map of all time. I
Oh,
always
yeah.
love playing Nuketown.
I love
I think
Nuketown.
that's right.
Everybody
It's
loves
just
Nuketown, I think.
it's great. It's like it's a 60s vibe,
Yes.
and like you
It gives you Fallout vibes.
it does. And I think that's why I like it so much. But um on November 14th is when season 1 is actually supposed to come out. So if you guys are like looking for content that has like more stuff coming out, you got your Black Ops 6 that's already out right now, but you can get it now, and the season 1, because they have it by seasons, kind of like Destiny. Or what Destiny was doing. I don't know what Destiny is doing anymore. But November 14th. So the last thing I want to talk about is Concord. You guys remember I talked about Concord like I don't know how many episodes ago,
Like 3, I
saying
think.
like I think it was a little bit more than that.
Was it? Maybe.
It might have been. I think it was at the beginning of October. Anyway, they had like a whole like uh game controller that came out that had like the wrapping of it on it, and like they put all of this money into the marketing of it. Um, it lasted 2 weeks. It got shut down. Like nobody wanted to play it, I guess, and like Sony saw that the numbers were terrible. It came out, they let it last 2 weeks, and they're like,
Hmm.
we're hemorrhaging money over this, and then they just shut it down. So um not everything that we cover is great. Like it was a free thing, or it might have been $30. I don't know. I can't remember. I'd have to go
Mhm.
back and rewatch what I had said because I didn't write anything down on it. But it lasted 2 weeks, and it like um it got like canceled back in like the middle of October or at the end of October, but they recently just came out to the reason why it got canceled. And it was because of like their numbers were just so low and nobody was playing it. So
Wow.
that's it for your gaming news.
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess that's about all we got this week.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah.
short week.
Yes, yes. I mean, not too short of an episode, though.
No.
Man, so, yeah, next week, we'll be covering the season finale of Pink oh, no, we won't. It'll be a week after that, won't it? Yeah, we'll be
Yeah,
covering
no,
it.
it'll be the week after that, but
Yep.
we'll
Yep.
watch the one tonight and
Yeah.
cover that next week.
I'm super anxious to watch that tonight.
I'm
Oh,
super anxious for next week.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. We got a surprise for everybody that we will not tell that,
No.
I think you're gonna like. But, yeah, that's it for us on Fundamentals this week. See you later.